Hi there. This magazine's focus being France. We wanted to see what was the shorting activity like in France and comparing that to the wider European universe. So obviously the macroeconomic news isn't very bullish in France. It's been quite disappointing, and we've actually seen flat growth since the beginning of the year. Now, despite this, the French equity market has traded roughly flat. So it shows you that despite this news, people are reading into the fact that Mr. Draghi at the ECB will be willing to do whatever it takes to prop up economic growth in the region, and that's seen as a positive move towards the equity market. Now, this is reflected somewhat in the demand to sell French equities short. And what we can see was since the beginning of the year, Stock 600 constituents that are based in France have actually seen a fall in average short interest. And that's despite the fact that the Stock 600 shorting activity has stayed roughly flat. Now, if we focus our attention to just the most heavily shorted names, there were 10 firms with more than 10% of their shares sold short at the beginning of the year. And that average short interest across these three firms is roughly halved. The biggest name here is Peugeot. Again, it's been bailed out by the French government, so really government interaction seems to be at the driving seat of equity movements in Europe, both on the macro level and a smaller company level as well. And so that's really proving tough for short sellers to play it. And so they've roughly stayed clear of the French market. And overall, the appetite to sell short in overall Europe has not really been very strong since the beginning of the year. And that seems to be vindicated by the fact that the ECB recently announced some further some further tightening of interest rates, which obviously were quite beneficial for risk assets across the region. So with that in mind, we encourage you to read the full article.